Hey guys, JPMX21 here. Welcome back to our WWE previews slash reviews, and today we are doing the WWE review for WrestleMania 32. Now, what am I gonna say? A quick brief thing that I can tell about WrestleMania, and I'm also gonna talk about last night's Raw because I was originally gonna record this yesterday, but I thought, okay, I have some questions about what's happening in the future, what is the titles gonna lead to next, and I got my answer. I got some of my answers. There are still some questions. I'm gonna talk about Raw in the end of this review. I'm also gonna talk about it while I'll talk in the matches. So yeah, let's see. What can I say in a brief moment for WrestleMania? This WrestleMania was very mediocre, I'll say. There were some absolute crazy matches. There were not too many, but there were actually really good matches. But I don't know, they just stick with the obvious. It was not too predictable. I got a lot of my predictions that I did in the preview. I got a lot of them wrong. I think I only got like how many? Let me check. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 predictions right. I got 4 predictions right in 11. In 11 matches, I got 4 predictions right, and that is yeah, kind of a lot, but yeah, so it was very mediocre. So there were some matches that stealed the show, but they just allowed the part-timers to do a lot of the job, and also the legends. So that is why this WrestleMania is a good it was a decent WrestleMania because they allowed the legends and the part-timers to do their thing. Yes, that is my point. So we're gonna go ahead and begin our WWE WrestleMania 32 review actually, with the United States Championship match. We have the United States champion Kalisto defending against Ryback. And this match was only like 8 minutes. It started, of course, like the big guy, no pun intended because he's the big guy. It started with the big guy taking over the little guy and all that stuff. But then Kalisto got up, and I thought nobody would have cared for this match. To be honest, I didn't care for this match. I was like, okay, it's in the pre-show. Okay, I'll watch it. One thing, they should have not opened up the pre-show. There was literally nobody on the AT&T Stadium because apparently there's some problem with the tickets out to people entering in the stadium. I don't know, but apparently there were some problems with tickets. So that's why when Kalisto and Ryback came, there was almost nobody on the front seats. I mean, there was almost nobody on the front seats. There was not many people inside of the stadium. So yeah, but the match was decent. It was a decent match because actually I thought nobody would have cared for this match, but actually people chanted Lucha, Lucha, Lucha for Kalisto, and it was actually really good. It was a decent match. It was not a good match. It was not like the over-the-top match that Kalisto is not. It's not Kalisto's best match. No, it's not. It's not Ryback's best match. Hands down, it's not. But yeah. A couple of spots there, a couple of spots here and there, but the finish was okay. I guess Kalisto ripped off the second turnbuckle. The middle turnbuckle, and then he pushed Ryback into it. Ryback goes head first into the second turnbuckle, and Kalisto did a Selena del Sol, and 1, 2, 3, Kalisto won. Now, how am I gonna rate this match? I don't know. This match was, like I said, it was it was like WrestleMania. It was a mediocre match, not the best, not the worst. So I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5, because I'm giving it I probably should have given it 2.5, because no, I'm gonna stay with a 3, but I kind of want to give it a 2.5 just because it had no storyline at all. I mentioned this in the preview. It didn't have any storyline, which I kind of was upset, because Kalisto got off with his U.S. title rivalry against Del Rio, and that was a good rivalry. That was not an over-the-top rivalry. It was a decent rivalry and all. And yeah, I was kind of okay. This is good. But then the rivalry this rivalry, Ryback, it was not a rivalry. Ryback just asked for a challenge, just asked for Kalisto to face him, and Kalisto said yes, and no rivalry was shown. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3, a 2.5 if you include the rivalry, but a 3 just for the match. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 3. Like I said, but let's move on to at this point, we're gonna move on to the Divas match. We have, and I say this point because some crazy stuff went down, but I'm gonna talk it in the triple threat. I'm gonna talk it about in the triple threat. This was included in the pre-show, but I'm gonna talk about it in the triple threat. So. But this is not the triple threat we're talking about. We're still in the pre-show. We are doing team. We have a 10 Divas tag team match. We have Team Total Divas represented by Brie Bella, Paige, Natalya, Alicia Fox, and Eva Marie, against Team Bad and Blonde, represented by Lana, Summer Rae, Naomi, Emma, and Tamina. So, this match was actually watchable. I actually kind of liked the match. I mean, first things first, along with Kalisto v Ryback, I liked the match. But I'm just going to say what I'm going to give this match. I'm going to give this match a 2.5 out of 5. Because it was a watchable match. I actually enjoyed watching the match, but it just, for me, they just stick with the top divas of the divas that can do the most. They just stick with the divas that can do the most on the match. They just stick with the divas that can do the most. I mean, Paige got a lot of time in the match. The match was like 10 minutes. Paige got like 4 minutes. Paige got 4 minutes. Brie Bella, of course, getting the final with the S-Lock, getting the final blow. It was very expected that Brie Bella's gone. She didn't even on Raw. She didn't even came out to the title celebrations. She didn't even came out. Every single woman was there except Brie Bella. So Brie Bella is no longer on the WWE. It was her last match. She put a photo on Instagram saying that. So yeah, Brie Bella is out. Then Brie Bella got a lot of time as well. Natalya got a lot of time. Alicia Fox and Eva Marie, no. Alicia Fox and Eva Marie didn't even botch that much. But I don't know who tagged her, but one of them tagged Eva Marie, and right off the bat when Eva came out, "You can't wrestle. You can't wrestle." Come on, just give her a chance. Just give her and she didn't even botch. She didn't even botch. So that is applause for Eva. Applause for Eva. Now, so yeah, I talked about they gave a lot of shine to Paige, to Natalya, to Brie on the Team Total Divas, and they actually gave a lot of shine to Naomi and Emma, which is probably the most athletic, I'll say. I don't want to say athletic, but because they all look pretty. Let's talk about that Lana dress. Jesus Christ! And what was Lana coming into the ring for? Jesus. But yeah, they stick. I was gonna, for the match, I was gonna give it a 3 because it was watchable and the right team won. But I'm gonna give it a 2.5 because they just stick with Naomi, Emma, Paige, Brie, and Natalya. Because Natalya looks like Natalya is coming after the title as well now. Because what happened last night on Raw. It looks like she's coming after the title. And all about this legacy, the Hearts versus the Flairs, and all that stuff. So yeah. But yeah, it's like the most popular women in the most popular divas at WrestleMania, the most popular women today that are not in the title picture. So yeah. I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 5. It was a watchable match, and you know how the match ended. Brie got with the S-lock on. Was it Naomi? Was it on Naomi? I don't remember. I think it was on Naomi. But Brie got the S-lock on Naomi, and Team Total Divas won by Naomi tapping out. And out comes Nikki Bella. Nikki Bella's still injured, but yeah. I think Nikki Bella is staying. I hope Nikki Bella is staying because yeah, Nikki Bella is a great athlete. So yeah, I hope she's staying. But let's move on to the last match on the pre-show. We have the Usos versus the Dudley Boys. And for me, this was the worst match on the card. The match was like 5 minutes. Super kick city to hell. And come on. Stop with this thing. I don't like to be... I mean, the Usos won. I'm okay with the Usos winning. I'm okay. But, like, the Usos winning with super kick? I mean, they against people like the New Day, against some other teams, they won with a super kick, but then they did the splash, and the splash is kind of their finisher, but they won by a super kick, and that was all. And I was like, well, okay, that was not fun. And of course, in the end of the match, we got the Dudley Boy, got the pin on, I think it was on Devon. If it was not on Devon, it was on Bubba. I don't know. I don't remember. But one of the Usos got the pin on Devon, and then they started attacking the Usos, and then Devon, get the table. And I was kind of like, the crowd was coming into the match. The crowd was starting to fill up, and at this point, and I was like, when the Dudleys were entering the arena, were doing their entrance, are they realizing they're coming? Do they realize they're coming as a heel team in here? Because they were very enthusiastic into the crowd. I don't know. It just felt like it. But then they said get the tables, and they went and got a table. But then the Usos came out. The Usos got back and did the splash on Devon and Bubba Ray on the tables. And they actually had a match on Raw, which, in my opinion, was far better than the one that happened on the pre-show at WrestleMania. It was a tables match that the Dudleys won. And let's just talk about what happened next. I don't want to talk about this WrestleMania match. I don't want to talk about the Dudleys versus the Usos in the table match last night on Raw. We're going to talk about how you doing, SAWFT. So, man, finally, Soft came out. Finally, it was time, and the goddamn pop that they got. Oh my god! I think the crowd was like 17,000, last night on Raw, but Soft came out, and Soft is here on the main roster. They're here to prove their point, and they're here, and they're gonna do it. They are gonna do it because they're the most over tag team on. They're the most over tag team in NXT. We're the most over tag team in NXT. They're finally here in the main roster, and I can only expect good things from them. I can only expect good things. But either way, getting back into the match, the Usos versus the Dudleys at WrestleMania, I'm gonna give this match a 2 out of 5. I didn't really enjoy it. For me, this should have been the match that opened up the pre-show. Kalisto and Ryback should have been at this point, because then you could get the crowd going more for Kalisto as well, which I guess Ryback is the heel at the rivalry that we spoke about. But yeah, so a 2 out of 5. I didn't really like it. It's not that I didn't like it. I just was neutral on it, and I just forgot about the match. So let's move on to the actual show. We're gonna start off with one of the best matches in the card. The show opened up with one of the best matches in the card. So we have the 7-man ladder match for the Intercontinental title. We have the Intercontinental Champion Kevin Owens defending against Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Stardust, Sin Cara, Zack Ryder, and The Miz. Okay, now here's my point. I didn't really knew what was Zack Ryder and Sin Cara they're doing. I mean, Stardust was there because Cody is one of the best Intercontinental Champions of all time. In my opinion, he is one of the best Intercontinental Champions of all time. And I think this Stardust gimmick is kind of over. I think Cody's Stardust / Cody, he said something at Twitter that the Stardust character was coming to an end. So is Cody gonna be back? Just please don't make a ripoff of Dusty. And the match was full of highlights. You know, speaking, we talked about the super kicks in the Usos. We have Dolph Ziggler and Kevin Owens super kicking each other. We have Stardust coming in to a tribute to his dad, to Dusty Rhodes. And at that moment, I was watching WrestleMania, and at that moment when Stardust went under the ring and got the polka dot ladder, the black and yellow polka dot ladder, I was like, I want Stardust to win now. I want Stardust to win now. But then Kevin Owens took him out of the picture, took Stardust out of the ring, and then he put that ladder out of there. And yeah. Then Sin Cara actually did good spots in the match. Sin Cara did good spots. You know, Sin Cara had that spot when, who was it? Was it Sami Zayn? Sin Cara was on the top of the ladder, and Sami Zayn pushed him out of the ladder, and Sin Cara got in the top rope, and he actually did a springboard. Yeah, he did a springboard onto the men that were all down here. They were all outside of the ring. I think it was everybody except Sami Zayn. Then Sami Zayn almost killed Kevin Owens. Jesus Christ. That suplex that he did, that suplex, I thought Kevin Owens was dead. Jesus. He was there on the ladder. Oh my goodness. Jesus Christ. And it was really then we have Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens did a pop-up powerbomb on Ziggler. Ziggler was on top of the ladder, and he pushed Ziggler Then Ziggler fall off and pop-up powerbomb. That was a good moment. Then Ziggler and Zack Ryder, when Ziggler and Zack Ryder were on top of the ladder. They went down. Then we have The Miz. The Miz was this was hyped as hell. Like Zack Ryder from and I didn't even spoke about the other Sin Cara moment. Sin Cara was on top of the ladder, and I don't even know who pushed him. I think it was The Miz. I think it was The Miz that pushed him out of the ladder, and boom, and Stardust was laying down in the ladder outside of the ring, and bam, they broke the ladder in half. Jesus Christ. But yeah, then Zack Ryder was on top of the ladder, and he did a elbow drop onto The Miz from top of the ladder. And yeah, let's just speak about now what happened in the end. This match was very enjoyable, was very, very entertaining, and a great open match, a great match to open up the show. And it was I don't know if it was better than last year. Last year was pretty good, but last year you had like Ambrose, Barrett, Daniel Bryan, all these like mid-card talent, and this time you kind of had mid-carders, plus with some mid-card talent like Ziggler, Owens, Zayn, yeah. But the end of the match, we have Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn, like I said, doing that suplex that almost killed Kevin Owens, and then Zayn went to the top of the ladder, and I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna get my prediction right. Sami Zayn's gonna win this thing. But then it came out The Miz, and The Miz pushed Zayn out of the ladder, and then The Miz was there. He was starting to sit on the ladder, and I was like, please don't let The Miz win. Please don't let The Miz win. And then out of nowhere, out came Zack Ryder, the man that we least expected to win, and got up with the title. And you know what? I'm going to give this match a 4 out of 5. It was a very enjoyable match. One of the top matches, one of the best matches in the card, definitely. But yeah, here's the thing. The Miz was there, he's sitting in the ladder, and then Zack Ryder pushed him, and Zack grabbed the title. And Zack Ryder, congratulations, Zack Ryder is your new Intercontinental Champion. And I was like, I even posted it on Twitter. Posted it on Twitter. So they're bringing back the Zack Ryder that had the 2011 Zack Ryder, the one that got a push when he fought against Ziggler at TLC, I think, and he won the U.S. title. Now they're doing the same thing, but for the Intercontinental title, and I'm like, okay, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with Zack Ryder getting a push, pretty much like Kalisto got the push, but then it happened on Raw. And I was like, are you serious? I even said it. I'm fine with you pushing Zack Ryder. I like you pushing Zack Ryder. Ryder should be an interesting champion. That's what I thought. Then last night on Raw, out comes The Miz and puts the title on the line. Zack Ryder's father was in the crowd. The Miz went off to him. Zack Ryder, by the way, that was some outside interference, and Zack Ryder's father slapped The Miz. Why didn't The Miz win by disqualification? That was my point. Then it came out Maryse. Maryse, by the way, is one of my favorite divas. She was still a diva. And The Miz's wife, of course. And out came out Maryse, slapped Ryder's father, and then Miz got a skull-crushing finale, and Zack Ryder loses the title on one day after he won it in the grandest stage of them all. Are you kidding me? come on. I was like, I'm fine with you pushing Zack Ryder, just don't screw it up. Just don't screw it up. And he loses the title the next night to The Miz. Two of all of these 7 people to The Miz. All of the other 6 people to The Miz. He's gonna lose to The Miz. Oh, God, seriously, come on. You know, he's set to have a rematch on SmackDown. We're gonna see what's gonna happen there. Hopefully Ryder gets back the title. Please. Please. The Miz is known, I think The Miz, in every time he was champion, every time The Miz won the IC champion, he lost it the night after. I think he won the title WrestleMania 29 against Barrett. He lost it the night after against Barrett as well. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think he did. So yeah, we're gonna wait. I hope they push Zack Ryder. Just don't give this feud of Ryder versus The Miz. It doesn't. I don't know. They just don't. It just doesn't make much sense for me. Ryder versus The Miz. So yeah. Let's move on to the next match of the card. So in this match we have the phenomenal AJ Styles against Y2J Chris Jericho. And first things first, this match was as good as the match that they had at This match was as good as the match that they had at Fastlane. It was as good, if not better. But I remember that I gave Jericho versus Styles at Fastlane, I gave it a 4 out of 5. And it was the best match. I ranked it the best match. But this time, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5 because the wrong man won. The wrong man won. And don't get me wrong, like, the Styles Clash, Jericho kicks out of the Styles Clash again. And please, AJ now has 3 finishers. You know, you have the Phenomenal Forearm, the Calf Crusher, and the Styles Clash. Because the Styles Clash, Jericho kicks out of the Styles Clash. What the hell? Like, and we're gonna talk about AJ in a bit. So yeah, because the match was enjoyable. They did a great job, but didn't exactly steal the show like I was expecting AJ to steal the show. It didn't exactly did that, but it was still a great match. But you know how the match ended. AJ was gonna go for a Phenomenal Forearm, and like the referee was checking on Jericho, and Jericho pushed the referee. Styles was going for the Phenomenal Forearm, and there you go, a code breaker. And 1, 2, 3, Jericho wins, and AJ Styles loses his first WrestleMania. Vince does not really like TNA, does it? He does not really like TNA. But yeah, either way, the match was really good. Almost as good as their Fastlane, because the wrong man won. That I would have given a 4 out of 5 if AJ would have won. If AJ would have won the match, I would have given this match a 4 out of 5. But I'm not gonna give this match a 4 out of 5 because Jericho won. And I love Jericho. I love Jericho, and I'm absolutely blown away by AJ. And I'm gonna speak about what's the situation for AJ right now in a moment. But yeah, AJ should have won, but then you have some great spots in this match. You have Jericho, Styles kicking out of the code breaker, and Jericho does this face like, what just happened? I can kick out of the of the Styles Clash. But how did he kick out of the Codebreaker? But yeah, and this is my problem. Jericho is known for giving opportunities to future stars. Like, he lost against Fandango, and look at what Fandango is doing right now. He's a jobber, and yeah, he's a jobber. So what is he doing? Absolutely nothing, and that's not gonna happen with AJ Styles. So yeah. Now, the situation that I thought in the end of this match was like, now AJ is gonna go back to the mid card titles, but no. They made a fatal four-way, which was supposed to be Jericho versus AJ versus Owens versus Sami Zayn, and the winner is the #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Champion. Now, Sami Zayn apparently got injured. I don't know if it's the real injury or if it was just to show up the other man that came out. I was like, so who is it gonna come out? And you had Lillian saying that Zayn was not able to compete, and then you have Owens like saying this, oh, thank me and all that stuff. Out came motherfucking Cesaro. This man, I love Cesaro, and finally he's getting the push. And yeah, he's finally getting a push. Maybe now he can get before he gets like the world title push, because I think he deserves it. I think he should go back and win like an Intercontinental title. Then he goes back to the mid card, being a mid card talent like Owens and Zayn, like they are. So yeah. So yeah, this match, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. Jericho versus AJ. The match was as good as the one that they had at Fastlane, but AJ should have won, so that's my only concern. Now, we are gonna move on to the next match on the card. We have the New Day against the League of Nations, and this match has a lot of concerns on me. I have a lot of concerns with this match. This match was a decent match. It was not nothing special. Nothing special by the New Day. Nothing special by the League of Nations. But my first concern, I hear the presentation of the match saying, the following contest is a 6-man tag team match. And I was like, what? Isn't this supposed to be a handicap match of 4-on-3? And these are my two concerns. First of all, WWE now apparently likes to do things in their shoulder. It likes to scrap things on their knees, on the knee. And when I say on the knee, is on that moment. This was supposed to be a 4-on-3 handicap match, and I thought it was supposed to be for the titles, and like, you don't have the New Day defending, and plus the New Day lost. Like, what? I mean, if it was not for the titles, I would have seen the New Day losing. But yeah, how the match ended. Alberto Del Rio did that lame-ass finisher that he has. But this time it actually made more sense, because Kofi was trying to get back to the ropes. When it doesn't make this time, Kofi, it made sense this time. But Kofi got wrecked. Big E almost killed himself. He needs to stop diving through the second rope. Jesus Christ, Big E almost killed himself. That's the second time he does that. Jesus Christ, you need to stop doing that. He fall on his head. Come on. You need to stop doing that. You almost kill yourself. But yeah, the match ended when Biggie. I think Biggie didn't do anything at all after that. He just stayed there. He just stood there with that. But Biggie. Then the match ended with Xavier in the ring. We have Kofi outside of the ring because Del Rio took care of him. Then Xavier goes to the second rope. The man that was not in the match, Barrett, goes for a bullhammer on him. Xavier gets hit with a bullhammer, and Sheamus hits him with a bro kick. 1, 2, 3. And I was like, first of all, how did the League of Nations win? And apparently, the New Day entrance on TV, I was watching it on my computer, but the New Day entrance was actually pretty good. But people, the people that were at WrestleMania said that it was not as good as it seemed. But they were over 9,000 rocking that Dragon Ball Z based entrance. I like that. So yeah, and I was like, this match, how can you save this match? I was gonna say I'm gonna give this match a 2 out of 5, but I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 because the League of Nations started talking trash about oh, we are the best, the lads and all that stuff, with the best and all that stuff, and then Shawn Michaels comes out, and I was like, oh my god, it's Shawn Michaels, please. Yeah, and he's wrestling, he was ready to fight, he was ready for a fight. Then he came out Mick Foley, and then it came out Austin, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now it was a 4-on-3. A 4-on-3 handicap match with legends. Oh hell no! You catching super kicks? You catching the Sako? You're catching a stunner. You're catching the sweet chin music, the real one, because this WrestleMania was full of super kicks, but the real man came out. Shawn Michaels, my boy Shawn Michaels, came out and did the thing. I love Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is, in my opinion, one of the best of all time. Stone Cold is one of the best of all time. The Rock, Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, of course. And I was kind of surprised that Sting at the Hall of Fame mentioned Hulk Hogan. You're not supposed to talk about Hulk Hogan in WWE right now. But yeah, he talked about Hulk Hogan, but Hall of Fame outside, and Sting, thank you for all, just a point. But yeah, this the match, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 because these legends saved the match. Because I didn't like, is the League of Nations really gonna end on top? No. And then the New Day came back and they were trying to make Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, and Stone Cold getting to dance with them, and Shawn Michaels win in his point, and with, I think it was Kofi that trying to go for Shawn, and then Big E trying to go for Mick Foley. Mick Foley was kind of going on that vibe too. Xavier goes into Stone Cold, and I was like, it's Austin. I don't know. He is probably gonna get. Yeah, and Stone Cold kind of teased what he was going to do, and then he went for a stunner, of course. That's Stone Cold's personality. Stone Cold's personality, of course, he had to do that. He had to do that. So yeah, this match was saved by the legends. So yeah, that was my point. The Shawn Michaels, Mick Foley, and Stone Cold saved the match because the League of Nations should never, even if they won the match, should have never came out on top, and so that's why I'm giving it a 3 out of 5. Next match on the card, we have some sort of disappointing match, in my opinion. It was kind of disappointing in my point of view. We have Dean Ambrose the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose against the Beast Brock Lesnar in a no-holds-barred street fight. And first of all, the no-holds-barred and the street fight were not there. That was not a street fight, and that was not a no-holds-barred. I mean, it was more like no-holds-barred, but street fight, it was not. You know, I remember when a street fight that they had with, it was CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. I think it was on Extreme Rules 2012. That is a real street fight. But this was not a street fight. You know, I applaud to WWE for giving Ambrose, for actually making Ambrose hitting Lesnar, because you can't make. But the match was short. The match was short. This was my problem. Lesnar won, but the match was short. I'm gonna give this match a 3.5 out of 5 because I was originally gonna give it a 3, but then I was like, okay, WWE gave Ambrose a chance to shine, gave Ambrose a chance to hit Lesnar, which actually happened, and I was like, Ambrose picks up the chainsaw, and what are you gonna do with that? Absolutely nothing. And Lesnar hit Ambrose with like 13 or 12 or 13 suplexes, and yeah, then Ambrose was going for the F5, and apparently Ambrose countered with a DDT, and I think that was supposed to be Dirty Deeds, but he didn't quite landed the position for Dirty Deeds, so it didn't quite catch the eye of the commentators because they said it was a DDT. It didn't say it was Dirty Deeds, but I think it was intentionally to be Dirty Deeds at the beginning on the chairs, and Lesnar kicks out. Then the match keeps going just for a little bit. Lesnar can't even control his force. Lesnar can't even control his power. Lesnar can't. He was supposed to suplex Ambrose into the steel chairs, but he missed. He pushed him. Ambrose went flying off of the chairs. But then, yes, the expected happened when Lesnar picked Ambrose, went for an F5. 1, 2, 3. Lesnar won. F5 on the steel chairs, and Lesnar wins. I mean, I kind of wanted the match to go for a little while, and I think if it went for just a bit longer, it was gonna be better. So it was gonna be better for either for Ambrose and for Lesnar, because I wanted this match to steal the show, and I had so much high expectations for this match, and it didn't quite give them. So yeah, I'm gonna give this match a 3.5 out of 5 because I'm okay with Lesnar winning. So yeah, I'm okay with Lesnar winning. Ambrose looked strong. WWE gave Ambrose a time to shine, but the match was so short. It was like 12 minutes or 12 or 15 minutes. I wanted this match to go for 20, 25 minutes. 25 it's a bit much. Yeah, 25 is a bit much. Now, we're gonna move on to the best match of the card. Hands down, the best match of the card. So we have originally the Divas Championship on the line. We have Charlotte defending her title against Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch. Now, in the pre-show, out came Lita, and Lita was talking, and she had a thing to announce, and there you go. Lita finally announced the Women's Championship. Now, this match was for the Women's Championship. You have Charlotte versus Becky versus Sasha for the Women's Championship. I'm so thankful that the term Divas is retired. They're all like Lita said, they're all WWE superstars. They're all now the superstars. The men, the women, all of them are superstars. So, this match stole the show. This match was absolutely incredible. I'm just going to say to you, if Sasha would have won, I would have gave this match a 5 out of 5. I'm saying it. I would have given this match a 5 out of 5 if Sasha won. But the ending of the match was so lame. Like, the match was absolutely mind-blowing. You have Sasha doing, not Sasha. You have Charlotte doing a moonsault. You have Becky with top rope suplexes. You have Sasha with the Eddie Guerrero frog splash when Charlotte was doing a figure 8. It was still a figure 4. But yeah, the ending was the only thing that was kind of like, you just gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I didn't like the ending at all because if Charlotte would have won, just don't let Ric Flair be there. Come on. I mean, why does he have to be there? I thought this was the time for Sasha or for Becky. Either way, it was match of the night. The women stole the show. Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte, they stole the show, and it was absolutely mind-blowing. But the end was just kind of ass. It was literally ass because, you know, you have Sasha goes for the figure 4, turning into the figure 8 on Becky, and then Sasha was outside. Sasha was getting back to interfere. Ric Flair pulled the leg of Sasha, and Becky taps out. Come on, are you kidding me? This match would have been perfect if Sasha would have won. You know, you have this awesome, you have Sasha entering with singing the song, and Snoop Dogg came out, which is Sasha's cousin. So, I don't know why you do all these things for Sasha and make Sasha lose. Like, I don't understand. So yeah, that is my point. That is my point. But I'm gonna give this match a 4.5 out of 5. This match stole the show. It was match of the night. It was absolutely match of the night because it was crazy. It was really, really crazy. But Charlotte becomes the first ever WWE Women's Champion, which I'm okay. We're gonna see what we can do. Sasha's definitely gonna have her time to shine. Becky's gonna have her time to shine as Women's Champion, both of them. But yeah, we're gonna see what's coming up in the future. I think, like I said in the 10 women match, Natalya apparently is now after the title as well. So yeah. Either way, we're gonna jump into the second best match of the card. These were the two best matches in the card back to back. We have Shane McMahon going up against The Undertaker in a Hell in a Cell. Now, this match was really okay. The match at the beginning was okay. When Shane went for the coast to coast with the trash can, that's when the match started to get a little bit heated up. And the match was good. The match was really good, but the match was just slow. This is why I'm gonna give this match. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna give this match a 4 out of 5 because it was a good match. The only problem is it was just so slow. And they just build it up for the end. Just build the match for the end. So you have those insane spots. Undertaker goes for a choke slam on Shane in the stairs. You have Shane McMahon going for the coast to coast on the going for the coast to coast with a trash can on the Undertaker. You have Undertaker going straight up and breaking the cell. And then you have Shane McMahon going on for a sleeper on the Undertaker. And Undertaker counting it. How Undertaker counters it, he reverses it. He jumps out. He reverses it, and he goes through the table. Shane goes through the table, and both men were laying down. And when Shane got to break the cell, when the Undertaker broke the cell, Undertaker and Shane broke the cell, I was like, oh my god, it's gonna happen. Shane McMahon is known for putting his body on the line, and I just knew he was gonna do it. He was gonna do it. Shane McMahon from the top of the cell goes for a flying elbow. Oh my god, he was dead. He was dead. But after that, the match was over. Shane couldn't do anything. But he still was like, come on, bring it on. Bring it on. And the Undertaker was like, he gave the hand of the Undertaker's hand was like on Shane's face, and he was like, okay. He just like starts. He was like, okay, it's okay, kid, it's okay. Tombstone 1, 2, 3. The Undertaker won. Right man won. I think like I said, I didn't see Undertaker losing at WrestleMania. But yeah. So Jesus Christ, I was like, oh my god, when Shane jumped off of this cell. Oh my god, it was all leading up to that moment. That's why the match was so slow paced. And come on, you literally have Shane killed. You almost have Shane killed in front of his kids and his wife. Come on, Jesus Christ. But it was still a great match. But the Undertaker got out of the way, and that was, if the Undertaker would have been there, the Undertaker would have died. Jesus Christ. So yeah, this match, like I said, I'm gonna give this match a 4 out of 5 because it was great. It was a great match. Shane jumping from the top of the cell was incredible, and yeah. So yeah. But it didn't make much sense on the next night on Raw. Was Shane in control just last night, or is Shane in control of Monday Night Raw now? I didn't quite understand. I didn't quite understand what happened last night. But either way, we're gonna see what we can do with that. But either way, it was pointless. This match was pretty much pointless, as you see from what happened last night on Raw. This match was pointless. Shane McMahon got what he wanted. He got control of Raw, and yeah, that was pretty much it. Now we're gonna move on, and I'm not gonna talk too much about this match. We're gonna move on to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. So you have all of this mid-carders, jobbers, all of these coming out, and out comes Baron Corbin, and I was like, oh, it's Baron Corbin. Then you have those entrances. Then you have Mark Henry, you have Kane, you have Big Show, and out came Shaquille O'Neal. I was like, you're not gonna make a basketballer winning, really? You're not gonna make. This is supposed to be a thing to push a star. And then yes, they did the right thing. Baron Corbin winning the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It's good. It's good that you're pushing up a NXT. On his first match, he wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Great for Baron Corbin. Last night he faced Ziggler, but they both got counted out. So yeah. Apparently it's gonna be Ziggler v Baron Corbin now. I'll say it. I guess. But this match was not gonna talk too much about this match. I'm gonna give this match a 3 out of 5 because a right man won. Even though I kind of wanted Bray Wyatt to win, the right man won. Baron Corbin won. Right man, when I say right man, somebody that was new, that was fresh, needed to win, and Baron Corbin was a good guy to do it. Now, let's move on to the, I guess you can call it a match. First of all, we have The Rock coming out, and we are 55 minutes into today's review, but it's WrestleMania. We're gonna talk. It's WrestleMania. So yeah, you have The Rock coming out on his segment, and he was talking about the attendance and all of that. And it broke the record, even though 101,000 was kind of pushed. I think that was not the real audience in the crowd. I think it was 94, 95. But either way, it still broke the record of highest attendance to a WrestleMania. Then The Rock was cutting a promo and all that stuff, and out came the Wyatts. The Wyatts came out, and then The Rock starts talking trash about them, and out of nowhere, first of all, The Rock called Bray Wyatt the eater of Hot Pockets. That was funny. That was some funny stuff. But you can already seem like Bray Wyatt was. I thought Bray Wyatt was turning face, because The Rock was giving all this compliments. You're talented. I know who you are. You are good on the mic. You are good in the ring. I just saw all of this and thought it was a good. Bray Wyatt was gonna turn face at WrestleMania, but no. The Rock made a match against Eric Rowan, which was 6 seconds, not even 6 minutes, 6 seconds. And then the Wyatts got super upset, and what are we gonna do now? Out comes John Cena. John Cena's back. I mean, I don't know if John Cena was back just for WrestleMania. If he was working out for this WrestleMania moment, then he leaves. Then he goes back he goes back home to get back to his injury, to get 100%. Probably he was not 100%. I don't know, but yeah, John Cena comes out and they start talking. John Cena, they didn't even talk. John Cena came out with a huge pop, and he helps out The Rock cleaning up the ring. And then you have this moment when John Cena and The Rock, 2 times opponents, this time partners, in the ring. So yeah. Now, I'm not even going to rate the match The Rock versus Eric Rowan. That's just the point. Now, it's time for the main event. It's time for the main event of this year's WrestleMania. And I feel like WrestleMania were creating so many good spots here, there, and they pretty much created they were creating good spots here, creating good spots there, and all that stuff. You had Zack Ryder winning the IC Championship. You have the Divas coming out with stealing the show. You have Baron Corbin winning a match. You have The Rock and John Cena. Then you get to the main event, which was probably. The match itself was okay. I'm just gonna say, match itself, it's a 3.5. It's a 3.5. But I didn't even announce the main event, how it was. We have Triple H, WWE World Heavyweight Championship on the line. Triple H defending his title against Roman Reigns. And first up comes out Triple H with this good intro. Stephanie was like, "You all are here to serve us. We are the authority," and all that stuff. It was actually pretty good. Pretty good entrance. But then it comes out Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns didn't even enter. People were already booing. And booing. And booing. And then and booing and booing. You just start booing, and then when the music hit, the whole crowd exploded with boos and boos and boos. And oh my god, WWE, you then made Shane versus The Undertaker the main event. You made Triple H versus Roman Reigns. I'm sorry if I'm sorry guys if it had to pause. I'm sorry if it paused because we got into the to the first hour of the review. So the recording which I'm using, it only allows to 1 hour, so it stopped at the hour. So yeah, like I was saying, we have Triple H versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and the crowd was booing and booing and booing and booing and booing. And like somebody at Creative thought about it and said, how can we make Roman be cheered? And some other guy came out, how about Roman Reigns spears a woman? Good idea, let's book that. Roman Reigns speared Stephanie McMahon. And you have this moment when Roman Reigns spears Triple H on the barricade. And it broke the barricade and all that stuff. And if I haven't saw, and in the same night, Shane McMahon jumping off 20 plus feet high from Hell in a Cell, I would have said, oh my god. But I saw Shane McMahon jumping out of the cell, so it was not too impressed. And I saw Charlotte doing a moonsault onto Becky and Sasha. What did I see as well? I saw crazy stuff. I saw like Sin Cara diving into Stardust in the ladder match and completely killing Stardust. And yeah, so it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. This main event, it's not like it's Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns. See what happened on Raw. He's like, I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. Everybody was booing and booing and booing, even louder than 100,000 plus. 17,000 were booing and booing Reigns and booing. But yeah, what happened? The thing happened. Roman Reigns won the title, and he just got booed out of the building. But after WrestleMania ended, I saw a tweet from somebody saying, I saw Roman Reigns' daughter coming in and coming a hug to his dad. I stopped booing for that moment. But when I stopped booing for that moment, so she can be proud of her father. But then I kept booing. So this is the problem. Roman Reigns needs to turn heel, and now he has to turn heel. He has to turn heel because, Roman Reigns is champion now. And you had last night on Raw, the #1 contendership. You had Cesaro versus AJ Styles versus Jericho versus Kevin Owens. AJ Styles wins. AJ Styles is, alongside with Dean Ambrose and Brock Lesnar, probably the most cheered WWE superstar. It's probably the most cheered WWE superstar. And how are you going to keep Roman face against AJ? AJ Styles is not turning heel on Roman. If WWE makes AJ's not gonna turn heel, because if AJ attacks Roman in one night, he's gonna get cheered. He's not turning heel. So yeah, Roman Reigns is probably gonna walk out of this rivalry. It's not a rivalry yet. It's just a #1 contendership, but it's probably gonna lead up to a rivalry. But he's probably Roman Reigns is gonna turn heel. I just see it. For him like smiling to the crowd when the crowd was booing him. I'm not a bad guy. I'm not a good guy. So I was like, this is coming really bad. But the match itself, Triple H versus Roman Reigns, 3.5 out of 5, because it was a decent match. It was not the over-the-top main event, and to be honest, it was worse than last year. It was worse than 2 years ago. It was worse than John Cena versus The Rock, the two of them. It was worse than Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels. It was probably not worse than John Cena versus The Miz. It was probably not worse than that. But yeah, the WrestleMania was insane. It had some good spots and all. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end this WrestleMania review. I'm gonna give WrestleMania as a whole a 3.5 out of 5 because it had good wrestling spot. It had incredible wrestling spots. The booking, it was kind of meh. It was not all that. The booking. And yeah, you have the women putting in insane match. It was absolutely incredible. They stole the show. Becky, Sasha, and Charlotte, they stole the show. So yeah. Also, AJ Styles, I can only expect good things for AJ. Jericho, I can see Jericho going on a rivalry with some mid-card talent. Apollo Crews debuted last night on Raw, but it was kind of meh because he faced Tyler Breeze. You kind of make Apollo Crews was getting bigger in NXT. I was not expecting Apollo Crews to debut last night on Raw, to be honest. I was expecting Soft, and who else debuted? Somebody else debuted. Who did it? Somebody else. It was Apollo Crews, it was Soft, and who else? Who else debuted? I'm gonna check right now. Somebody else debuted. I think. Not sure. Who did it? Who debuted last night on Raw? Let me see. It was Apollo Crews, it was Soft, and who? Oh, and Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin also debuted last night because Baron Corbin won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. But yeah, I can only expect good things from this NXT, guys. Please, I can see Apollo Crews being a mid-card talent, having a run or two with the IC or the US title. Baron Corbin as well. Soft, I can only expect great things for Soft. Please put them in the tag team title picture when the New Day loses, because you can't have New Day versus Soft right now, because Soft is the most over tag team was the most over tag team in NXT. New Day is the most over tag team in WWE right now, so you can't have those two colliding right now. If the New Day was a heel, I would have seen that, but New Day as a babyface and Soft being the awesome babyface that they are, I'm not seeing that right now. But either way, I'm going to end this WWE review right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this WWE WrestleMania 32 review, make sure to go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to the channel as well, because I really appreciate if you guys do that. And I will see you all in the next time.